Thanks for joining us on Arirang News. I'm Kim Dami in Seoul. It's the first day of a week-long Chuseok holiday here in South Korea. Millions of people will be traveling over the next few days to celebrate the golden holiday with their loved ones. And just today, Friday, over 5.2 million cars are expected to be out on the roads. Now, as of 6 p.m. Friday, it should take about 1 hour 40 minutes to drive from the Seoul toll gate to Daejeon, 4 hours and 30 minutes to Busan, and 3 hours and 20 minutes to Gwangju. Traffic is expected to ease at around 7 or 8 p.m. And more than 5.2 million people will be traveling throughout the country's airports during the extended holiday. In fact, a record number of 240,000 people are flying out from Incheon International Airport on just Friday alone. And ahead of Chuseok, President Lee Jae-myung met with Korean War refugees. He called on North Korea to allow communication between war-separated families for humanitarian purposes. Yoon Jung-min reports.
On the first day of the extended Chuseok holiday, a time for a family gathering for many Koreans, President Lee Jae-myung met people who fled to South Korea from the north during the Korean War. He was in Ganghwa-gun County, close to the inter-Korean border on Friday.
고향 땅이 다 바로 이 강 너머 바로 보이니 얼마나 가시고 싶겠어요. 가족들까지 헤어져서 이렇게 수십 년 세월을 힘겹게 보내신 여러분들을 뵈니까 참 안타깝다는 생각이 듭니다.
The attendees were people in their 80s and 90s who left their hometowns in the north and have been separated from their families for a long time.
If I get a chance, I want to visit my hometown. That's my wish. I hope you, Mr. President, make great efforts for that.
Noting that inter-Korean relations have been completely cut off and become hostile due to politics, the president sent a message directed toward the north.
군사적으로 정치적으로 우리가 대립하고 갈등하고 또 경쟁하고 하더라도 인도적 차원에서 그 남북의 이 안타까운 이산 가족들이 생사 확인이라도 하고 하다못해 편지라도 주고받을 수 있게 그렇게 해주는 것이 남북의 모든 정치의 책임 아닐까.
Lee added he hoped for the current hostile mood between the two Koreas to be eased soon for communication and exchange, and vowed to make efforts to speed up progress. Yoon Jung-min, Arirang News.
Prime Minister Kim Min-seok emphasized the spirit of humanism, coexistence, and peace as the guiding principles for South Koreans in light of various crises. This came during his speech marking National Foundation Day on Friday, where he highlighted the virtues of the nation, saying these virtues helped the citizens overcome the constitutional crisis sparked by the sudden martial law order last year. And moving forward, Kim said, the very same concept of 홍익인간, the defining spirit of the nation, will help South Koreans face the challenges in demographics, climate, and geopolitics, as well as artificial intelligence. Now, in the U.S., as the government shutdown stretched on for a second day on Thursday with no signs of an imminent resolution, the White House has warned that layoffs of federal workers are likely going to be in the thousands. Our Oh Soo-young has more.
The Trump administration has warned that thousands could lose their jobs, with Democrat-run government programs cut if the Democrats don't agree to end the federal shutdown. On Thursday, President Donald Trump indicated that temporary job losses could become permanent as the partisan standoff in the Senate continues, as Republicans push for a temporary funding bill, which the Democrats have rejected. The Democrats are demanding an extra $1 trillion to extend healthcare subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, which helps low and middle-income households afford insurance and prevents millions from losing healthcare coverage. With the government shutdown that began on midnight Wednesday, 500,000 federal employees are expected to be furloughed. And Trump has indicated those job losses could become permanent.
Well, there could be firings, and that's their fault, and it could also be other things. I mean, we could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut.
On Thursday, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters that job losses are likely going to be in the thousands among agencies that don't align with the president's values. The White House has already announced it would withhold $26 billion in funding for Democrat-led states, including $18 billion in infrastructure funding for New York and $8 billion for environmental projects across 16 states.
And today, as a result of this, they've unleashed chaos through millions of families across our great country, in every single workplace, in our communities. I'm not making this up. Donald Trump admitted this yesterday. He bragged that during a shutdown, his administration could do things that are irreversible. Reduce the federal workforce, slash programs, take away benefits.
According to a White House memo, the shutdown could cost the US economy $15 billion in GDP each week, with as many as 43,000 additional job losses if it stretches for a month. The shutdown is likely to continue into next week, as Democrats are expected to block the Republican-backed funding bill again on Friday. Seoul Arirang News.
In other news, old Seoul Station embodying Seoul's rich past celebrates its 100th anniversary this year. And now transformed into a contemporary art space, it hosts a special exhibition bridging its past with its future. Our Moon Ji-young has more.
Right next to the busy modern Seoul Station, the old station is presenting its 100-year history through art. An exhibition titled A Century and a Day reflects on the past 100 years of old Seoul Station to re-examine its history through a contemporary lens and to imagine what its future might hold. The Central Hall is a historical space which has seen many greetings and goodbyes over the past century. Curators say Seoul Station has always been a part of Korea's tumultuous transformations as a gateway to the capital city.
The exhibition thoughtfully encompasses vast temporalities, the past, defined by memory, the future, envisioned through imagination, and the present, bridging the gap between them, offering a rich and diverse experience to delve into 100 years of profound history.
In the main hall, a large steel drawing with digital artwork by artist Kwon Min-ho layers the station's iconic facade with historical company logos and signboards that embody a century of modern Korean history.
I envisioned a black and white foundation, the legacy of the industrialization era, now filled by the current generation with dazzling lights and renewed purpose. I truly believe this fusion would serve as my personal congratulatory message, my unique tribute to Seoul Station on its 100th birthday.
In one of the station's old waiting rooms, key photographs showcasing the historical significance of old Seoul Station are presented alongside contemporary artworks.
What was truly impressive about the photo exhibition was not just how the Seoul Station building changed, but also seeing how the city transformed and how the lives of the people using this station evolved.
The record hall really left a lasting impression on me, probably because old Korean songs were played as background music in such a tasteful and atmospheric way.
On the second floor, the comprehensive Korean language dictionary, born of a collective will to protect the Korean language under Japanese occupation, is also on display. Moon Ji-young, Arirang News.
That's all we have for today. Arirang News will be back on Monday at 12 p.m. Korea time. Thanks for watching.